Okay, you guys, this camera's straight out here. Don't know if I'm going in portrait or landscape or what. That's it. Landscape is better. It doesn't keep falling down. So anyway, you guys, hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, I would love to say namaste, ashe, all of that good stuff. You guys, today I have a juicy topic to talk about. And I want to talk about how and why you are already the magic. You are the magic. I know I haven't talked about anything magical for a little while, right? So I'm like trying to put together a video, you know? So I'm like, you know what? Instead of all that long running on process of editing and all of that, I am going to just go live. Why? I'm trying to figure out, it's still saying rotate device, and I have rotated it already. Let me flip it around and see if that makes it better. Um, I'm going to check out the comments and stuff. So if you can see me clearly, if everything is going well, then just give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's happening. I don't know if my phone is the reason. I usually do this on the laptop, but you know, whatever. Thumbs up. Okay, hey, that is Light Particle 9. Hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so today I want to talk about why you are the magic. A lot of people ask questions. They want to know what should they use, what kind of ingredients should they use when they're trying to do a spell, how should they start off with magic, what equipment do they need, tools, all of this stuff. And what my point is, yes, having the right equipment, the right tools, the right ingredients, all of that is very important. However, the first and main ingredient you need is your intent. It is you at the end of the day that is doing the magic, that is putting out your energy, your intention into whatever it is that you wish to see actually be transformed or shifted into something else that you would desire. So at the end of the day, you yourself are a magically, divinely timed being. You are not here by accident. Do you know, if you sit down and think about it, how many people, how many connections, how many relationships, how many journeys had to take place in order for you to be here? If you think about your immediate ancestors, like I said in another video, after the passing of my dad, you know, it made me really reconsider my ancestry and everything. And you have two parents. They have two parents. Each of them have two parents. Each of their parents have two parents. It just keeps multiplying. It keeps multiplying. And the further back you go, which means you are somewhere in the millions of ancestors behind you. Ancestral spirits, spirit guides, just on the ancestral level behind you. So, naturally speaking, just that alone is going to let you know how important and valuable you are, how special you are, because you didn't come here by chance. It took all of those different connections, all of the things that could have to happen in their lives for you to be here. So, at the end of the day, the magic is already within you. You're just being created is magic. So, think about it. When people procreate, and they go out there, whatever they do, whenever they do their thing, you know, I'm an 80s baby. So a lot of things, I guess, moving from the disco era into the 70s and stuff, a lot of stuff were happening. People were getting together like crazy. When you actually are in a relationship, why is that door moving? There's no breeze. When you are in a relationship and you actually procreate, it's done in the dark. Most of the time, at least, for the normal people. It's done in the dark. You go in a room, you find your spot, you know, wherever that is, Lover's Lane, whatever. It is dark there. It is private there. You are actually behind closed doors. Just like the creation of anything else in this universe, when you see a planet, when you see this earth, whatever, this came from a dark place. That darkness, there would be no light to shine on anything had it not come from a place of darkness. So just like you were created, I was created, we all were created, it took place in the dark. This is how your magic also takes place in the dark. First of all, it starts in the on the stage of your mind. The intention that you set, what you want to see happen. So, like a spell or ritual, it first must be a thought. First you must first know exactly what it is you desire to see as the outcome. It starts in here. All is mind, right? If you study the Hermetic laws, uh, universal laws, you'll understand, number one, mentalism, that law of mentalism. All is mind. So it all began with a thought, just as creation, the process of creation. At the end of the day, like I said, when you have a baby, when you're going to make a baby, we all know what happens when you get together, when two people, male and female, get together, sexually speaking. We know what's going to happen. You know, that is your inherent knowing as a woman what's going to happen to you if you don't protect yourself. As a man, what's going to happen if you don't protect yourself? You're going to actually create something new. The bonding and meshing and merging together of the two of you is going to create a new creation. So, like magic, that same knowing is what you ought to have when you are going into a particular practice, whatever it may be, whether it's just a meditation, a rite, a spell, a ritual. You have to know within your inherent knowing of what is within you, the power that is within you. Like a man and a woman, they know the power to procreate. They know what sperm and eggs do. So, and the same goes for your magic. At the end, now, what comes? You have a baby. Just like with your spell, you have a successful outcome. It happens the way you wish. May not be exactly the exact way you desire for it to happen, but the outcome is what you planned. So, I have notes. I always write notes before I come on and stuff because it's important for me to stay on track. It's important for me to make key points. So, of course, I've got lots of notes, my good old handy dandy notebook. But yeah, at the end now, I have to still go back to the comment section since I'm not really seeing that. You guys, this Linkin Park in the back here is just so bomb. I just can't stop. Can't stop listening to it. If it's bothering, just let me know also so I can kind of turn it down or whatever. So yeah. Now, just like when you are actually having a baby, timing is also important. If you're not, what's the word? Ovulating. If you are not ovulating, you're not going to be at that moment releasing the egg that is going to be, what's the word? Ovulating. If you are not ovulating. Oh, gee, what's happening here? I want to change that chat. I don't want to hear myself repeating myself. That's not cool. So just like in magic now, the timing is very important. You know the placement of the planets, whatever day it is. If you into as well, that's the timing. Very the step is. So it's crucial. So you have to trust that at the same time, with nature, you're working along with the laws of nature, you're whole. It's very important to understand these things. Then, of course, your magical ingredients, your magical tools, those come after the fact. You want to make sure everything, the basics, the fundamentals are aligned. Next, if you were to call upon the assistance of a higher source, a higher power, deities, orishas, spirit guides, spirit beings, your ancestors, all of those, if you wish to call upon those, you must know that those powers work, they work along with your power. Those entities are not doing the work alone. Those entities, number one, are aspects of yourself. Number two, they are beings, however, they're working along in accordance with what you already believe of them, what you already know of them. All right, so that's another step to understand, another key point to understand. So if you don't believe that something works, chances are it's not going to work. That just goes without saying. You know the quote that says, whether you believe you will or you won't, you can or you can't, you're absolutely right. And nothing could be further from the truth. You're absolutely right. Nowhere near the potential that you have for something to work out is nowhere near as powerful if you don't believe it is going to work. So that's another key step to understand to your magic being as powerful as it possibly can be. Believing, the faith. So since you possess that God within you, that higher source, of that all encompassing creator, and the power, the almighty power that is already within you since you have been made in his image and likeness, right? Right? Then that means that that energy is meant for your highest good. You have to trust in that same power that he's given to you, that has been bestowed upon you. The real trick here is to believe and stop doubting. In other words, we doubt ourselves too much. And it's hard not to in a society such as this we live in. Everything is about the negative aspect. They always try to make you look at things from a negative point of view, starting with yourself. And if you start to change that perspective, if you start to see yourself as the gift, as the magic, as the God within, you will find that your power is quickly reclaimed. You will find that you can make things happen just like that. You feel me? So I thought this message was important this morning. I felt like it was a message, like a download from spirit. I feel like I had to just share it with you guys because normally I totally write down topics like a script. Like I don't normally just speak from the heart. I mean, that's, of course I speak from the heart, but I don't normally just go impromptu and just talk. I always try to plan it and write it down step by step, paragraph by paragraph. But today I just felt like I needed to talk about this because many of us don't understand it enough. And this is why our world is falling into calamity. This is why so much despair and suffering and destruction is taking place because we need to actually understand this. We need to understand this. And I feel like more people are waking up. And so it is my duty, my God given right and duty to go out there and shed light on this situation, on this subject, because the church, we all know, the church is weakening. Should I say weakening? People are falling back from church. People are seeing through this veil. People are understanding the lies, the distorted tales that have been told. People have been misunderstanding what the scriptures meant. People have been throwing it their own way. People have been changing. Look at just like a month or two ago, they had the newest Bible. What is the New English, I think, version? I'm not sure. New International Version, I believe, has been edited. Now there's something new. Now that particular Bible is obsolete. So if you have that, you're going to have to go and find an updated Bible now because the words in there are irrelevant now. Does that make any sense? The source, this one power is unchanging, okay? It's from beginning to end, Alpha to Omega. But the way we have been interpreting it is so much more. We have only been seeing it from this minuscule little viewpoint, like you're just peeking through a little peephole that's been made by a pin, when there is so much more going on out there. There's so much more that we can even fathom. So back to the subject. If you don't believe, nothing is going to happen for you. And this is what the system's plot is, to get you to actually stay stuck, stay trapped, stay here in this 3D dimension, this physical human body, so that you're not able to ascend or to transcend this hell that we live in called Earth. Because you can't tell me it's not hell. You can't. This is hell. When people say, oh, you're not afraid to go to hell, eh? Oh, you're going to hell. You can't tell me where I'm going. You're not my God. You're not my creator. Are you serious? So, anyways, back to the topic. That God within us, that same very powerful, all-potent God that is within us, it can be referred to, I guess, as like a physio kind of spirit, but at the same time, it's represented as our faith. Our faith is where the real power comes in. That's what believing is. Like, if like people hear it, it sounds so cliche. If you believe, you can achieve. Like, yeah. Truly, really and truly, if you get to the bottom of it, if you believe, once you believe, you will achieve. Whatever it is that you believe in seeing become true. Even in the Bible, the biggest advice Christ gave was, unto you, unto every man, according to his belief. When you pray for a thing, you must believe you will receive that thing. Knock and the door shall be opened. What does that mean? You have the power. That means you are the one responsible for this thing happening. You get me? That's the magic. That is the magic. Christ turned water into wine. Christ healed the sick. Christ raised the dead. Christ made people who could not walk get up and walk. However, he's telling you also that you have that same power, that same ability. So this is not to turn this topic into a religious one, but I'm just telling you that all of these ancient or religious texts, they have a lot of lies or a lot of distortments, but at the same time, it's one basic truth at the end of the day. The power is in your hands. What will you do with it? Will you continue to be told what to do, how to live your life, what to believe in, who to judge, who to criticize, all of this, instead of looking within yourself first? So if something isn't right for you, you know it within your gut, you can feel it. Faith has that same power to the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. So you only need a little bit just to say, you know what, I'm going to get this done today. So whether it's like a releasing spell or a ritual that you're going to do during a waning moon, whether it's a spiritual bath, whether it's, protection for your household, whatever it is, you have the power to create that intention, to set that in place and see it real. Now, if something isn't right for you or someone isn't right for you and you feel that in your gut and you still go against it, you still choose to go against this, you're setting yourself up for disaster. What's the matter with my music, guys? You're setting yourself up for complete disaster, because that one gift of intuition is one of the strongest gifts that we have. And we take it for granted. We totally take it for granted. We think that it's just our imagination telling us, hey, the what ifs, that we should just go against whatever our gut feels. We know the difference between imagination and a gut feeling. As women especially, we damn well know when our gut is telling us, leading us against something. If you're confused, if you're not sure about something, if it's showing you red flags popping up all over the place and you still go and ignore it, you cannot blame God afterward. You can't say, oh, why didn't God protect me from this? He did. You ignored it. That was that voice that was shouting at you, that was saying, okay, hey, can't you see? You know, don't go back to that old stupid company. You know, look at the way they did you the first time. You think they have something better for you this time? That voice was telling you all along to pay attention, use your common sense. But we know common sense is not very common. So this is why we need to be reminded logic. We believe reconnecting, and this message is gonna get out. I don't care what. Okay, so at the end of the day, now you didn't trust your own magic. Your magic is your intuition, your visions, your dreams, the things, the hunches that you have. That's your magic. When you don't trust that, you are lessening your power. It just is, it's that simple. So when you ignore that little voice, you're actually ignoring God. And it does not make sense to ignore that one all encompassing source of all life that is guiding you, that is protecting you, to ignore all of your spirit guides, all of the protectors, the mighty army of protection behind you. You're ignoring all of their effort. They're trying to show you, open your eyes, wake up. What are you doing? Don't go that way. So, trust. You have to start trusting more. So when you start trusting yourself more and believing in the power of your magic more, then and only then will you see a better relationship. You'll have a better relationship with your inner self. You'll have a better relationship with divine. You'll have a better relationship with the spirit world even. You'll have a better relationship, better, stronger magic. We are born with free will. And this is something that people don't think about very often. I mean, they utilize it, they utilize the hell out of free will. But they don't really think about what that means. When you utilize your free will, that means that you have to be careful of the choices you make because they affect you in some way, shape, or form. Free will is so beautiful, but it's very dangerous at the same time. Oops. Sorry about that, you guys. Very dangerous at the same time. So the reason you have free will was not because God doesn't like you and he wants you to just mess up and stuff and then laugh or like smite you with some big scepter like smite me because you messed up. The reason you have free will, in my belief, in my opinion, is to let me rotate this because I am seeing myself looking sideways and you guys are telling me is to actually learn how to utilize your own power. Let me just get this. Oh my goodness, what's happening? To utilize your own power. To learn the gifts and abilities that you possess. Is it sliding? What's happening? Oh my gosh, this is not happening. Okay, I think we're good. So it's not because he's some big trickster in the sky who's like waiting to say, yeah, you messed up. Ha 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 now, I'm going to curse you for this. No, it's not. It is because you actually have to learn the gifts and the abilities that you've been blessed with, that you've been born with. You come into this world so powerful. From inception, when you think about it, from you are conceived, right? The doctors start to give your mother all kinds of things. Of course, they give them prenatal vitamins and all of that good stuff. However, they make her take shots, they make her do all kinds of other things to protect the baby. So before you were born, the system is out here trying to get you. The system is out here trying to sabotage your power. They want you to be born a weakling. They want you to be born lacking, basically like the way Adam, the story in the Bible tells of his fall, the fall of man. This is the same thing with us. This big churning matrix of a machine, they want you to actually be weak. They want to be in control of you. And I know this is a very controversial topic, But I'm going to throw that in there because that is the truth and we all know it. We all know it. We just don't want to accept it. It's hard to swallow. But if you don't accept certain things, how are you ever going to change them? It's important for you to just get through the nitty gritty of it and feel this icky feeling in order for you to surpass this, in order for you to surmount this trap that you're faced with. So the only way we can do this is to accept the truth now and to learn to put our powers to good use, our God-given powers, that is. So the creed, know thyself. I'm sure you guys have heard this before. Know thyself. That is so important. That is beyond even me talking about intuition, all of these things. That all of those things are connected. All of those things come under knowing yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, you're not going to trust your intuition. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to trust these gifts that you've developed or that you naturally just have. You're not going to even learn what gifts and strengths you have. Because everybody is not born a genius, but some people are definitely born with certain traits, certain gifts that set them apart from other people. This is where they are to help in this world. This is where they are put here with a particular purpose to do something right with that gift or those gifts. So, to know yourself, if you do not know your own self, you have lost your power. That's the bottom line. So you must learn who you are. You must figure out what the things are that drive you, what the things are that make you, that give you excitement, that you're passionate about. You have to learn the things that people tell you, oh, why do you always do this? Why do you always do that? Sit back and reflect on your life from you were a child. Okay, yes, I was always good at this. I was always good at that. Those are your gifts. Those are your strengths. Those are the things you need to develop. Those are the things you need to nurture, okay? And use to your best advantage. So, knowing your purpose, knowing your mission, this all comes down to the same thing. Knowing yourself is going to guide you into what your purpose really is, what your mission is here in this 3D realm, what your mission is. Now, a lot of us think we know what our purpose is. A lot of us don't. You know, growing up, we've always heard people say, oh, I'm trying to find myself. You are not lost. You have been maybe tricked, maybe misguided, but the real you is right there. You have to discover that for yourself. And by being told what to do by other people, it's not going to help you discover who you really are. Only you can do that. And it takes a lot of time, it takes reflection, it takes disassociation. You have to set yourself apart from other people sometimes in order to understand the real you. When you are surrounded by a bunch of friends, a bunch of frenemies, a bunch of people who have not your best interest at heart, you are going to be lost. You're going to be going down their path, going down their road. You're going to be shy. You're going to be afraid to speak your truth because what if they don't like me anymore? What if I lose friends? What if this? What if that? You will lose friends. Let me just drop it like a bomb. Okay, you will lose friends. On this path, it is the narrow one. You will definitely lose friends whom you need to lose. Because everybody does not have your best interest at heart. So we cannot take everybody on our journey. Some people you have to let stay back. Like, okay, it's been great. Your season is over now. It's time to say adieu. Because I'm on a mission. For me, my mission, I feel like, is to actually do what I'm doing right now, even to do it on a greater scale. But it's like really for my soul to ascend. That is the plan. That is the purpose. That is what I'm here for. I'm not here because it's deep inside me to feel like I don't like the idea of oppression. Nobody really does. But some people are so good at being submissive. Some people are so good at submitting. They can sit back and watch people walk all over them. They'll bend over backwards, they'll bend over forward, they'll do anything they need to not to ruffle anybody's feathers and to be told what to do. That was never Sue. Sue is not like that at all. I'm my own boss. I'm the captain of my own ship, the pilot of my own plane, you see? So this is what we all have to do. And of course, we're doing it all for the greatest good. We're not doing it to do harm to anybody, you know? Harm none, but take no shit. That's my motto. So now, thinking about your mission, your purpose, just think about it for a moment. It's to help others do the same thing. It's not a selfish path. It's not a selfish run. It's not a selfish road. If you look at Christianity, for instance, how many people have died? How many people have suffered in the name of Christianity? How many people have, I mean, I've seen some things happen like Christians are the people who are so judgmental. Christians are the people who would go on and rant and like rave and like make hell about something not being right. Who are they to say it's right or wrong? When you'll find people in the magical community, practitioners, other practitioners, whatever they call themselves witches, they call themselves conjurers, if they call themselves brujas, they are more accepting. They are the ones who actually would welcome you with open arms because it's all about love, it's about nature, it's about coming together as a community, supporting one another, it's about all of that. Whereas in certain religions, it's about separation, it's about division, it's about strife, it's about, oh, I don't talk to that one because no, her husband, I just saw her husband out drinking beer the other night. Like, really? I really don't have time for that. I don't partake in that stuff. So this is why I choose my own path, follow my own road. So now, for instance, if you now not don't know who you are, don't know the power that you possess, you're like a power company. A power company who does not know what to do with its energy, don't know what to do with its electricity. It's misguided. Misguided electricity. Nobody wants that. That's danger. Hello. People who are running the power company don't know how to use the energy properly. You're looking for explosions. You're looking to cause lives. You're looking for a lot of power outages. People are going to be in the dark quite a lot because energy is great. Electricity is great, but it is not so great when you don't know what to do with it. You don't know where it's supposed to go. You cannot channel that electricity properly. That is going to lead to a lot of people being hurt. And so just like that, electricity is your energy. You have to know how to direct that energy. You are the one who's in charge of where that energy flows, where that energy goes, what that energy produces, the results. And so poorly directed energy of your own now, poorly directed energy of your own is dangerous to other people. Just like electricity, it's dangerous. So if you go around spewing malicious hate, spewing bad intentions for people, giving everybody the evil eye who's doing something because you're not doing it, you're mad at them, you're causing a danger to your own self. And so that is where we go wrong in magic as well. You have to sit down when you think about something and you're like, all right, somebody's hurt my feelings. Last night, there was a gentleman who is supposedly my family, but like on the in-law side. And this guy used to go to school with me as well. So when I saw him, I was talking to another lady, asking her a question who was a part of their little group, and they came out the door together. So I said, hey, what's up, so-and-so? And this brother did not speak. There's like three of them together. I'm single one asking them, I'm to work, asking them a simple question. The lady answers, this brother didn't open his mouth. So cases like that, when people try to make you feel inferior, try to make you feel small. I know the truth about him and his whole family. there is nothing to say other than peace out. Because if I were to get in my feelings, if I were to say something negative to him, trust me, I would crush his whole spirit. I would make him reconsider his whole flipping ancestry. Like, where did I come from? But I didn't stoop to that level, because at the end of the day, if you know yourself and you know you are gods, know ye not that ye are gods. Gods don't kick it like that. Goddess serenity don't kick it like that. I don't need to stoop to no level of an ignorant hater. So that being said, this is a part of the same thing I'm saying. Knowing yourself, trusting in who you are, knowing how to direct your energy. Because if you direct it in a way of hate and malice and darkness, not saying darkness is a bad thing. I'm talking about darkness in the sense that we all talk about it as evil, then it's going to come back at you. So at the end of the day now, at the end of the day, that's another key step is knowing how to guide your energy, how to conserve your energy, how to guide your energy in the right places for where it's worth it, where it matters. You don't need to waste energy on fools. It's very important to know. Save yourself. So there was somebody I watch also on YouTube, Magical Lady Duchess. I've been watching her for a number of years on YouTube, here and there, you know. So you guys, I guess you can check out her channel if you're interested in doing so. But she was talking the other day on a video about somebody who kind of started smashing her, like smashing. Not smashing. Trash talking, not smashing. So, and she was saying that the person says that how, you know, she thinks she's better than other people. She's so stuck up, all of these things, right? Among other things, of course. But staying true to the topic, the person saying she's feeling like she's better than other people and all of this. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, people have always said those types of things about me. And I think I am the coolest, most genuine, most friendly, sociable person you can meet. But when people say stuff like that, I'm like, what? And they're a non-issue after that. Because if that's what you think, then you obviously don't know me. You obviously don't need to know me. Because if you see me interacting with everybody the same way, the only people I interact with on a different level or treat differently are the people who expose themselves as not my friends or not there for my best interest. And then you will see a different side of me. But generally, I'm neutral with everybody. Just like how they say, treat the janitor with the same respect as the CEO. That is me all day, 100. That's me. So, Magical Lady Duchess was talking about this girl trash talking her, right? And then she says, all right, in response to this, she's like, how she feels about herself. She thinks about herself as a magical being. Magical Lady Duchess I'm talking about, not the person who was talking bad about her. She thinks of herself as a magical being. Like she was born as a perfectly timed, perfectly created magical manifestation. And she's saying, out of this whole universe, in this whole universe, she is here. She is a part of this, which means she definitely has to be magical. And not better than anybody else, by the way, just herself. She's just feeling about this herself. But she wonders why and how other people don't feel the same way too. Just as I said in the beginning of this stream, you cannot not believe your magic based on where you came from, based on the whole bloodline, your whole genealogy. This is why, look at when people do ancestry DNA tests and stuff like that. They find out that they are part of everything. Almost every ethnicity is in your chart. You may have a little more of this and a little less of that, but at the end of the day, you are mixed with everything. You are from the stars, basically. You are of the stars. You're made of that same matter. So Why don't other people feel as important, as special as she does? And this is how I felt growing up too. This is why I was always bullied and ostracized and criticized, because I always felt like, although I didn't grow up in a house with my mother and father like a typical nuclear family. I grew up with my grandmother with two big uncles. Okay, and I was fine. I felt magical from I was a child. I felt like I am special, I am important. And I never made that something that to make other people feel less than or inferior. So if people sat down and considered just how magical we are, like I'm saying before, we would have a perfect world. We'll have a better, much better, more functional, more evolved world to live in. Now, now, of your ancestors, these people had to go through trials like crazy, things that are unimaginable to our modern mind. We cannot fathom what our ancestors had to go through. We cannot fathom it for us to be here. So, this is why you must pay homage to your ancestors, because someone had to pave this way for you to come here. Somebody had to do the work in order for you to be here. All of the things, when we think about it, look at the melanin in our skin. We had it the worst, I feel like, in history. However, here we are. We're still here. Boom. Magic right there. So, so famines, pestilence, not to mention wars like crazy. When you think back now, we know of World War I, World War II, Vietnam, all of this stuff. Yeah, but think about way before those. Think about all of the Persian War. Think about all of these things. From Genghis Khan, from time when we cannot even picture. People were fighting each other and killing each other. Yet, here you are. That's magic. So, believe in your power, okay? Some people also believe in their power, sadly, to do evil, sadly, to do harm to other people. And this is a definite no no, because at the end of the day, you are stopping the evolution. You're stopping this thing from actually moving forward for better. You are actually bringing doom to something good. This world is supposed to be one. We're supposed to be all connected. We're not supposed to be fighting and killing each other, shedding blood all over the place. We're not supposed to be doing those things. And of course, people say darkness and light. You have two sides of the spectrum. Of course, like I said, once again, of the universal laws, you have good, you have evil. It's duality. You have dark, you have light. You cannot function just on the light side. You cannot function just the same way, similarly, on the dark side. You need a balance of the two. And when you are on one side, you are imbalanced, you're going to see that lead to calamity. Look at, for instance, the movie, The Joker. I just came home the other night and I saw them watching it. And I'm like, this is a perfect example of being too far to one side. Dark. You have to actually have a balance, shift it to the light side a little bit. So some people, they know themselves, but all they know themselves as is that dark side. You see, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy for them, and it's not healthy for anybody around them. We know people out there whose job in life, their chief purpose is to divide, is to bring pain and strife and agony and misery to people's lives. We know people out there like this, people sometimes who are very close to us, who whose chief mission is to cause people pain, whether it's emotional, physical. Some people, they know they're not strong enough to actually go out there and physically hurt people, so they use their mind to get you into their black hole, to devour you, to devour your happiness, to destroy it completely. These people are the people you need to disassociate yourself from. They're toxic. We know narcissists out there who actually, their only goal is to see what they can get out of people, to get a rise out of people, to get support out of people. to get anything out of people. Mostly though, negatively, not nothing positive, negatively, to use you, to drain you of your energy. It's like they're pushing a sharp straw in your flipping veins and sucking the blood straight out of you. These are the people to avoid at all costs. When you feel your energy being zapped, when you feel like there's an emotional vampire in your presence, you have the power to disassociate yourself from them. This is using your magic. This is trusting your magic. You're not being scared. It's not about fear, because we're never walking in fear. Deborah Sky, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Ashe, thank you. Namaste, blessed be, all of that good stuff. I just felt like, this is something we need to hear more often. You have to be reminded of these things, because when you turn on the TV, when you go on your phone, if something, let's just say you get a text message, before you just grab your phone to go and look at that text. Before you even look at the text, you're going to end up looking at a notification from Facebook. You're going to end up looking at something from Instagram. Like, oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, then you get sidetracked, you get totally distracted, and you forget even to check the text. Then later on, it's your son calling. He's like, Mommy, did you get my message? And you're like, oh crap, no. Like, I was too busy scrolling Facebook. So we need people to remind us of these things very often as possible, so it can stick, so it can sink in. Oh, the noise. So like I was saying about the narcissist and those types of toxic people, we need to just let them go in peace, in love. You say, Godspeed, bye-bye, not today, okay? And then you will find that your energy is pure, your energy is better, you're lighthearted, you are more free, you're able actually to think better about what it is that you desire. You don't have anybody in there trying to interfere with your goals, with your plans. So, good can never come from doing evil. Just remember that. Whatever you do, by the measure you meet, it will be met unto you. So whatever you put out there is what you're going to expect back. So know that. That's very important to know. This is a part of your magic. However you send it out is how you're going to get it back. That's key. God, the Creator, all this limitless power that we know to be God, that we put that little 3-letter word on, God, is so much more than we can imagine. Therefore, we, having been made in His image and likeness, are spirit. We are humans we are spirit having a human experience. We're not spirits. We're not humans having a spiritual experience. We are spirit. We are spirit having a human experience. So we need to take what we know of spirit, of all that is within us, and use that to our advantage. You're so powerful as a spirit being that you can speak things into existence just as the Creator. You can visualize things into creation, into being, just as the Creator. You can think it into being. You can will it into being, like the Creator. Let there be light. Let the waters, all of this. You have the same power. In spirit, of course. The body, however, has its own limitations, but even the body has to obey what you tell it, based on your mind, based on your spirit. The body must obey. Look at people who are ill. Look at people who are lame. People who we know who are crippled, who may have, some sort of paralysis, whether it's from an injury or illness. These are the same people that in the Bible Christ is mentioned to have healed. But what did He tell them? Get up and walk. In their minds, all they had to do was be able to envision themselves walking again. Not to claim this paralysis, not to claim it as their own, like, oh my goodness, I can't walk, I don't. No, I don't. You can. So go out there, get up and walk. Take your chair, take your stick, get up and walk. That's the power that you possess. Knowing yourself in this modern world, I would say though, is so hard, it's so tricky. Like they are trying every single thing they could to get you to forget it, to believe the lies. Because I have never seen such a big like change happening. We know the shift is real. We know it. We've moved now into like the age of Aquarius. We are in the information age. This stuff is now prominent. It's coming straight forth. The light is being shown on all of the information that was hidden, all of the things that we've been lied to about in history. All of these things are coming to the surface now. So for those who want to know it, those who seek it will be the ones who ought to find it. Those will be the ones who find it. Those who are not seeking will not find it. I don't worry about the trolls. I don't worry about the haters. I don't worry about it. If you want to take your little couple seconds and watch me and say, judge me and criticize me and come on and blast me or whatever, if that's going to get your rocks off, then go right ahead, because I'm going to continue on my path because I know who I am and I know what my mission and my purpose is. So, big ups to all of you who are feeling me, who understand, who message resonates with. This is our mission, okay? So, in this world, in this modern world now, everybody thinks that you should be a clone of somebody else. Everybody, like how I said in the other video, everybody's a makeup artist now. Everybody wants to wear lashes. Everybody does this. Everybody does that. Oh, why don't you to get one of those? Get it? I get it when I want to get it, not because somebody tells me to go get it. So you guys may see me on here. Sometimes I have my hair. I have on hair. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have on makeup. Sometimes I don't. I love makeup. You do not need to conform to the standards of anybody being. You are free. And that's the beauty of it. But like I said, doing what everyone else is doing is a trap. You need to be unique. You need to be true to yourself. Harm none, but do as thou wilt. So I met a guy. I'm going to end this soon because I'm like pushing an hour and time goes so fast when you're just talking. Is like so sweet and so innocent and so pure. He's funny, you know, he's got a good sense of humor. He's honest, he's hardworking, he's humble, among so many other great adjectives I can throw in there. He's a great guy, right? From what I can tell so far, because we talked a couple of times now in the last couple of weeks. Lo and behold, this guy comes out and admits that he's a virgin. Right? That word we don't hear much of. So this is what I'm talking about now. It relates to what I'm saying about this modern time we live in. This guy admits to being a virgin. And he's like nearly my age. So he's not like a real little youngin'. He's a grown man, okay? But after speaking with him so long and him actually confessing that, or stating that, let me don't say confessing because it's like nothing wrong with it, but he said that. I was like, duh, because you can see for someone to be a young man in this day and age to have all of those wonderful characteristics, good communicator, he listens just as well as he speaks. I knew it had to be something about him. And so the word virgin means to be pure, right? So in this day and age, that is so rare to find. That is so rare. But everywhere in the world, sex is so huge. Sex, the sex industries, pornography, everything. The kids in school, everybody is obsessed with sex. Which is not a bad thing. Everybody loves sex, right? I mean, everybody should. In its right parameters. And it's, right confines. The right person, of course. But it's so rare to find somebody who is not obsessed with it. He knows, he trusts in himself that in the right time that would happen. He's not out there hounding, looking for women. Because there's another guy who was right on the side of us and we were talking, who's the complete opposite. This guy is like looking at every tail that passed, and he's like, I can't go with you. Like damn, like Whereas this other dude, here he is, he's like so zen and chill and calm. He's like, okay. And he's even the sexy girls that are passing by, he's like, all right, good day, how are you? Very humble, very mannerly and respectful. So he's cool as a cucumber, man. So when I say he's pure, I mean he has that pure essence like a child. And this is the way that makes your magic stronger as well. This is what helps your abilities to strengthen. Being like a child, meaning he's got that bright eyes, bushy tail kind of look. Like he's inquisitive, he's inquiring, he's asking questions about stuff. He's sociable, of course. So of course he wants to know things. He's trying to learn life from a different point of view. Instead of from that fleshy, like carnal point of view, he's looking at things from a more emotional, I guess, spiritual aspect. And so this is what sets him apart from other people. And so it's so refreshing to see that. It's just so refreshing. And so I know if he were to ever see this video, he would know straight off the bat who I'm talking about, which I don't think he would mind because he goes out there and says it himself, because the guy who was with us was like, hey, you get any leg yet? Did you pop something yet? And he's like, no. He's still shy. He's still very, very meek. And so it's, like I said, very refreshing to see. But at the end of the day, he knows what he wants. He knows who he is. He trusts in himself. He's able to hold a decent conversation. He's good. In my view, he's good. There's nothing wrong with him. He's out there exercising and stuff, trying to better himself. He has a great job. He's got his own place. He's working on his own, like, transportation and everything. He's got a good head on his body for a young man. He's just not reached that point yet. And so this is the example I chose to use as the example of trusting yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you want in life. This is to know your magic. This is what your magic is. So if he finally and when he finally comes across this right person, I can't say whether it's going to be a male or a female. I don't know that. That's not, I don't know his sexual orientation yet, because he doesn't even know it, I guess, yet. But whenever he does, he's going to come with a cup that's full. Now, you guys get your head out of the gutter now. I'm talking about, in general, his cup. He has something to offer the other person. He has strengthened who he is from within. He didn't need anybody to tell him who he is. He didn't have to go out there and chase women from he was in school, and women break his heart over and repeatedly for him to find out who he is or what he likes, what he enjoys. So I hope that when he does, he finds the right person, okay, just as decent, who has a cup that's full as well. So the two of them can come together and share their bond with other people. Share in what they have learned. Share in their strengths and qualities and in their purpose, their true purpose. And so if he doesn't even ever have sex, then I guess that's just his purpose. Because if he's okay with it, he's fine with it. He's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh, like, I think I should have done it by now. Oh my gosh, like, people ridicule me. He's not, none of that. He is cool as a cucumber, like I said. He's fine with it. So if he is fine with it, who am I to judge? Or who are we to judge him? So at the end of the day, I chose to use him as an example because his divine purpose, he is working toward his own purpose. We must find our own purpose and work towards that. Focus on self. Focus on bettering yourself. Not being selfish, bettering yourself. Being better than you were yesterday. Being a better person. Not trying to be better than anybody else out there. Your job is to focus on self. Focus on your inner magic. Rather than not because I want to know, what happened? What caused you? No, it's inspiring to see. So if anything, and you watch other people, Use it as inspiration to motivate yourself to go out and be a better self, not to go out and worry about other people's lives. This is where we go wrong too. And a lot of practitioners try to do things when they have not, and spells and things for other people when your life is a shithole. You have to focus on what's going on within yourself and what's going on within your own environment in order for you to actually have that ability and real true core power to go out there and make magic happen for other people. So, you guys, with that, I am going to say things to do, but I want to say thank you so much for joining today. For guys, check out some of my other videos. Do hit thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And I will be back. Thank you for the comments that you guys have posted that are here and that have remained throughout this stream. I'm going to peace out now, okay? And I'll be back shortly with another great topic. But blessed be. Namaste. Bye.